freshman libero. Leanna Woodley, watch for her in the middle, a season-high 6 blocks against Denver last week. For SMU, Celia Cullen had the ace for a game-winning point yesterday against Milwaukee. Natalie Foster, 4s were wild for her against the Panthers. 4 kills, 4 aces, 4 blocks for the transfer from Wichita State. Ready for first serve, day 2 of the SMU Doubletree Classic. SMU, Weber State, Milwaukee, and Loyola Marymount make up the tournament field this weekend. Bolton to Tabron, and Weber State will have an opportunity. Sent over, free ball for the Mustangs. Natalie Foster is fed for the first swing.
It's Natalie Foster with the kill.
Yes, I think something that's going to be so key for Weber State is to not give SMU those free balls because the middles are so terminal.
Here's Foster. She has been magnificent at the service line so far this season. Joust at the net goes to Tabron.
This is something that we've seen so often from Foster early in the season. Is these service aces. She has an arm on her.
Foster had 5 aces Tuesday against Nebraska. 14 coming in to the day. James Wheeler to Tabron. That big right arm of the Colorado transfer.
Maya Tabron is definitely going to be someone that the teams are going to have to watch out for. She made the all-tournament team last week at the Hawaii Invitational.
Foster, a 2-time first-team all-conference selection in the American, continues her run. Set up for Sane Munier, the junior from Woods Cross, Utah, puts it down.
That was a great shot by Munier. The middles on SMU are very, very big, so she's going to have to find hands.
Now Knighting, focused on her off the top of the broadcast. Struggled yesterday, as Alex mentioned. 2 kills, 3 errors on 12 attempts. Tabron able to tool the block.
Tabron again tooling the block. I think that's something that's going to be so key for both teams tonight is finding those different shots.
Second kill for her. And Cullen, she closed out yesterday's win over Milwaukee with an ace. Her total numbers on the day, 32 assists, 8 digs. Her first serve goes into the net.
That is not something that we see from Celia Cullen. When we talked to Coach Sam Erger at the beginning of the season, she said that Celia was one of the most improved for her serves in the offseason.
Big point of emphasis. Cullen to the Florida transfer. Okamore.
Okamore has really been showing out in these last couple of games, not only blocking, but being so efficient on the attack.
Nadie Okamore with her first kill on the afternoon. Early first serve for SMU and Weber State, and an ace for Maya Tabron.
Again, like you were saying earlier, Coach Sam Erger really likes to hone in on those flat, clean serves, and Maya just put one of those in.
Wildcats and Mustangs playing early because of football on the Hilltop later tonight. 2 aces consecutively for Tabron.
Tabron is not only just getting them out of system, she's getting ace after ace and is really going to make it really hard mentally on the defenders.
7-2 Mustangs, a 3-0 run for SMU. At the net, Wheeler and Okamore, they send it over. Cullen to Chimay. Her first swing. Going cross court, diving, it's Bolton. Another chance for the Ponies. To Jams. Jada Tupea. One of my favorite names I've seen so far this season.
One thing about Jada Tupea is she is only 5'8", but she has the vertical of a monster, which you can see there.
5'8" junior. 7-3, the Mustang lead. Chimay, that's dug out by Knighting. Tupea sending it over. Now Cullen to the back row for Tabron.
That was an absolutely lethal swing by Tabron. I'm hoping to see more of this as the match goes on.
Sam Erger pounding her chest after that firepower. 8-3 Mustangs, and Ellie Bolton back to serve. The grad student from Creighton, played 4 years for the Blue Jays. Offhand of Wheeler and Foster, point to the Wildcats.
Again, it is going to be so crucial for the Wildcats tonight to find those corners on the hands because the SMU block is significantly bigger than them.
Tupea back to serve. Just long.
Both teams seem to be attacking the serve very early on in this game.
Brooke Frazier, a serving sub for SMU. Had an ace last night against Milwaukee, plus an assist and a dig. Some runway for Woodley.
There are more tools that I'm being seen early in this game than what I would have thought. I think SMU really has to hone in and being disciplined on the block in the front row.
And after the kill, Woodley back at the service line, senior middle blocker out of Winchester, California. Had 3 kills and tied for the team lead with 4 blocks last night. And the Wildcats lost to Loyola Marymount. James Wheeler trying to go cross court, but it's long.
That was a very hard shot by James Wheeler. She saw 4 hands in front of her and a little bit of a tight set, so the only thing that she could do was go cross, and she just went barely out of the court.
Weber State, the Big Sky tournament champions a year ago, into the NCAA tournament. SMU playing last year in the American Athletic Conference, winning that regular season title, and no tournament in the AAC last year. So SMU earned the automatic bid as the regular season champ. The tournament has been reinstituted into the American starting this season, as SMU moves on to the ACC.
Again, just seeing so many errors early in the set from serving to hitting. I think both teams just kind of need to recoup and come together and reset.
Natalie Perdue, graduate student from Richardson nearby. On the overpass, Tabron takes advantage.
That is one thing that you cannot do to this huge SMU team is overpass the ball. Almost every time it's an automatic kill.
That leads us to the keys to the game from Alex.
Yes, the keys to the game for Weber State are definitely, they haven't had the best start to their season. They need to have a little bit of amnesia and learn from the past and not be stuck on it. As far as SMU, we need to focus on keeping our foot on the gas, taking the games one game at a time and not being complacent with the wins that they have had this week.
May able to dig it out. Back set to Moore, nothing doing for the Wildcats.
Oh my gosh. Foster, remember the name.
Tabron right there alongside. Teaming up on the block. First of the day for SMU. Munyer picks up the point.
Munyer has been very good for this Weber State team.
There's Jeremiah Larson, 10th year head coach for Weber State. We'll show you some new ink coming on later in the broadcast. 12-8. SMU make it 13-8. No, Weber keeps it alive. What effort from the Wildcats, and they get the point on the other side.
That was a monster block, but can we talk about the save from Marley Pratt? That was absolutely insane.
That effort again, diving past the Terraflex. Well-earned point. And the Wildcats are within 3. Okamore gets a point back.
Again, I have talked about the arms of both of these middles, but Okamore is really coming into herself within these last couple of games. She looks great, and her on the slide is amazing.
Here's Cullen at the service line. Led the American with nearly 10.6 assists per set last year. Payne sets it up for Tupeya. Another chance for the Wildcats. Tupeya again. Cullen to Tabron. Tabron has 4 kills to lead the match.
Not a bad up on the tip, but as you could see, the right side was transitioning back and just really couldn't get to that ball in enough time.
5-point Mustang lead. Set number 1 on day 2 of the SMU Doubletree Classic. Already seen Susie Johnson, the head coach of Milwaukee, taking in the action. I believe Loyola Marymount's team just entered the building as well. They'll play next. Tabron on the overpass continues her huge set.
Tabron is 2 for 2 for overpasses.
And that leads to a timeout called by Jeremiah Larson on the Weber State side. 15-9 Mustangs on a 3-0 run.
SMU soft passing wizard Don Meredith connects for 47 yards.
You guys want some close-ups?
We break barriers.
See y'all in the Cotton Bowl, and we are #1.
We build empires.
It's the grand design of Trammell Crow.
Bumble's founder, Whitney Wolfe Herd, is her name.
We host world changers.
Welcomes Dr. Martin Luther King.
All 5 living U.S. presidents.
We ignite futures.
Miss Jane Mansfield. Payne Stewart.
It's Brian Baumgartner.
There's Kathy Bates.
What will you do?
Greatness is a feeling, a moment, a choice, unrelenting, a team effort. Greatness is accomplishing on this field and this one. Greatness is more than winning the game. It's changing it. Greatness is what we do. Accomplish greatness.
Jordan outside of soccer is a little bit different than Jordan in soccer. You definitely get a sneak peek into who I am with what I wear. Whatever you feel confident in, go rock it. TJ Maxx. Maxx what makes you, you.
What if finding a new job wasn't such a leap of faith?
I don't think I'm right for this.
I said I don't think I'm right for the job.
You're perfect for it!
What if you knew you'd be paid fairly?
Check this out.
Because you could literally see what the job pays. What if your schedule worked for you, and her, and them? And what if the promise of better work
No way!
was something that found us?
I got the interview.
Sam Erger, her 3rd season as SMU head coach, the American Athletic Conference Coach of the Year in 2023 after guiding the Mustangs to an 18-1 conference record and a championship, which included that trip to the NCAA tournament. Best conference winning percentage in program history last year, 947, a 15-match win streak to close things out. The heights that she has taken this program to in such a short period of time, it's remarkable.
For sure, each year SMU has improved and gotten better and better.
Champions in the American a year ago. Now in the first season in the Atlantic Coast Conference among volleyball elite in this league. Long on serve. SMU has put together a solid non-conference schedule to get ready for ACC play. A couple of top 10 teams in Moody Coliseum over the first few weeks. Nebraska here on Tuesday, and a week from now, the Kentucky Wildcats will be in Dallas to face the Mustangs. 16-10, the SMU advantage. Here's Tabron. Averaged Nearly 3 kills a set last year for Colorado. Can't dig that one out. Rose Moore.
What a swing that was from Rose Moore. Taking that cross court is such a hard thing to defend. You don't know if the setter is going to get it or if middle back's going to get it. Of course, you want the setter to go to the front so that she can get in transition, but it is just such a hard shot to defend.
Moore had her first double-double of the season last night. 12 kills, 11 digs against Loyola Marymount. Chimay continues her big weekend. That's her first kill of this one after leading the team last night with 13.
Yes, Chimay has been each team's worst nightmare.
9 kills for Chimay Tuesday against Nebraska, 13 yesterday against Milwaukee, now 1 against the Wildcats. Ellie Bolton sets it up for Jams Wheeler. Tupea. Jams again. Coming from the back row, Knighting.
That was a great swing by Knighting. As defenders, they usually pull up for a back row attack, but she hit that deep, deep middle back, and that is just something that's so hard to defend.
Her first kill. Just 2 yesterday. Coming into today, she has 26 on the season. That's a team best. Jams Wheeler gets herself going. That's her first kill.
The arm swing on her is just incredible. She goes with speed and also is high above the block so she can see the court.
Took until later in the match last night for Jams to get rolling. Ended up with 6 kills on 10 swings, matching her kill total from the Nebraska match on Tuesday. Frazier puts it in play. Tabron keeps it alive. Right back to Wheeler, but below the net.
It seemed as if those blockers knew exactly where they were going. She had 4 hands in front of her, and there wasn't much that she could do.
Wildcats back within 5, ending a 3-0 SMU run. Joust to the net, stays alive. Knighting goes down the line. Diving Chimay can't keep it up.
It seems as if Knighting and Weber State is really focusing on mixing up their shots right now. This is something that's going to be very crucial against the SMU Mustangs.
Here's Woodley. Overpass taken advantage by Kate Payne, the senior setter. Sam Erger calls a timeout. (18-15). SMU's lead has been cut to just 3 here in set 1. Mustangs looking for their 3rd sweep of the week, taking down Nebraska on Tuesday, then Milwaukee last night. Well, pleased to welcome Alex Glover to the broadcast table, star middle blocker for the Mustangs over the past 4 or 5 years. How many was it? You seem like you were there forever.
5 years. Honestly, we have a joke. We say I was the grandma of the team. I felt like I was here forever, but honestly, I would do it over 1,000,000 times if I could.
Top 10 all-time in SMU program history. 126 matches played. Hit .367 in her final season last year. Added 93 blocks. Helped the Mustangs claim an American Athletic Conference championship and reach the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2016. We could brag on you all day, but thrilled to have you as part of the broadcast team.
I'm excited to be
Chanel
here.
Bramschreiber will be on the team as well. Saw her last night, but a great even split between a couple of fantastic former student athletes.
Thank you.
Alex and Chris at the broadcast table with SMU and Weber State meeting on day 2 of the SMU Doubletree Classic. My 4th season at the desk, and been thrilled to see this Mustang team grow and grow and grow. You predated me.
I have been here for a long, long, long time.
I do remember that first match. The first service of the day came from a freshman who just headed to the bench, Jams Wheeler, now in her final season with the Mustangs.
Yes, me and Jams have been through it all together, and I'm so excited to see her in her final season.
Bolton to Cullen to Foster. Mustangs will have another chance. This time to Tabron. Off hands. Tabron with 6 kills on 9 swings.
They cannot find an answer for Tabron tonight. She is mixing up her shots. She is finding hands. She is bringing out everything out of the toolbox.
Timeout Weber State as SMU is the first to 20. Mustangs 20, Wildcats 15. Full day on the hilltop. SMU and BYU football coming up later tonight. That's Jeremiah Larson, his 10th season. He has the 2nd most wins in school history as head coach. Last year, led the team to a Big Sky Tournament championship and an NCAA tournament bid. Previously, he was at Utah State, Missouri State, and Southeast Missouri State. And during pregame, we got him to show off the new ink on his bicep, Acta Non Verba. That was the team motto last season. Roughly translates in Latin to action, not words. They see it right there, right after our meeting with Coach Larson in pregame. Got him to flex for us. But the team challenged him. They had temporary tattoos on tournament week. And they said, you know, it'd be cool if we win this thing. Would you get one for real? He agreed to it. He didn't think it would happen.
He definitely did not think it would happen, and he is eating on his words right now with that tattoo. But seems like spirits are high, and, you know, he got some new ink.
They beat Portland State, then the top seed, Sacramento State, went down. Even when getting into that championship final, it didn't seem like the Wildcats would be able to finish the journey. They were down 12-8 to Montana State in the 5th, came back and won 15-13. Punched a ticket to the NCAA tournament. Tabron going down the line.
God, and if that was not in, she definitely got a touch on the block. Tabron, again, cannot be stopped.
Back to the service line for Natalie Purdue. Last year, 2nd best on this Mustang roster with nearly 3 kills a set. Only player better was Jams Wheeler. She had 3.34. On the attack, it's Knighting. Going wide.
Just barely out. There was a great setup on SMU's block, so I'm sure she was trying to carve around it and just could not get inside the lines.
Larson wants another timeout with SMU upping its lead to 22-15. SMU in its first season competing in the Atlantic Coast Conference as Realignment rears its head. There's the 2023 membership. Expand out to 2024. A couple of new members on the West Coast with Cal and Stanford. And in Dallas, Texas, SMU making the move from the American to the ACC. And we had a great conversation with Coach Erger a few weeks ago during preseason about what it meant to her team to join this incredible volleyball league. And in all reality, it doesn't change much about the approach, but when it comes to playing those matches, she knows it's going to be significantly more difficult.
For sure, the difficulty is going to go up. But one thing I'm super excited about, after seeing that, you know, crowd versus Nebraska, is bringing all these fans to Dallas and showing them what Dallas has to offer and what these SMU Mustangs can really do.
Coach Erger wanted this team to get more physical during the offseason. They hit the weight room every single day, and also when looking for players in the portal, that physicality aspect was a big deal. Cullen right alongside Foster.
Speaking of physicality, Celia Cullen on that block just now. She was almost shoulders above the net.
23-15. Mustangs 2 points away from the set 1 win. Cullen up to Tabron. This time the block works for Weber State. Munyer and Bodley.
I can make a good guess of what was talked about during that timeout. You know, before this, Maya Tabron was not able to be stopped. I think that is the first time she's been stopped on the block all day.
Kate Payne, senior from Lehigh, Utah. Cullen to Tabron. And again, the Wildcat wall coming through.
Rose Moore looked terrific on that block, just making sure that she got her hands pressed and inside the court at the last second.
Wildcats clawing back. Saw this in the first set yesterday between SMU and Milwaukee. The opposition making a late run. Mustangs held them off. Foster denied by Tupea. Now a free ball for the Ponies. Tabron puts it off high hands. Going down to the floor, Munyer. Tabron again off the net and out.
After you make a couple mistakes, you know, you try to hit back the drawing board and see if there's some different tools you can pull out, which is why I'm sure that she tried to go for that sharp cross.
Foster, quick to the floor. Set point for the Mustangs.
That line shot on a slide is so hard to defend because it just comes so quick at you. So if your blockers are not there, I recommend you tell them to get ready.
And Foster has a chance to close it out from the line. Into the net. Half expecting an ace from her now when she steps back. Had 4 of them last night against Milwaukee.
Right, Foster is just so lethal behind that service line.
Now the line, it's Ashley Niding. Mustangs trying to put it away. Can't do it there. Another chance. They'll give it to Tabron. Tupea. Wheeler sends it over to Tabron, keeps it alive. Tabron nearly took out a photographer. Tabron again, this time ending the set. The longest rally of set 1 comes on the final point.
Yes, and that's one thing I love about Maya Tabron. She tries and tries.
State led the American last year with a .413 hitting percentage. First swing comes from Rose Moore from Weber State. Sent over. Fed to Ashley Niding. Can't put it to the floor. Tabron keeps rolling.
Tabron seems to be the name of the game. If I were her, I would keep swinging away as she's finding so much success.
Here's Foster. Long, even at 1 in set 2.
Again, Natalie Foster has one of the best arms that SMU has to offer behind this service line, but she has made just a couple of errors today.
Weber State 1-2 on the season. Won its opener versus Utah Tech, then fell to Denver at home, and an ace from Niding. Second ace for her today.
SMU just trying to run that one down, but couldn't quite get their hands on it.
2-1 Weber State. Okamore met by Sane Munyer.
Weber State coming out hot in this set. That's something that I was talking about at the beginning of the game, was them having amnesia, and I think they just did just that from set 1 and also their previous games at the beginning of this season.
Onya's been a consistent presence for Weber State, and another ace for the Wildcats. 4-1 in favor of the visitors.
Yes, she is really going for it behind that service line.
Almost had another one. Tupea putting it down. Couldn't get a third ace in this sequence, but Tupea cleans it up.
Tupea really elevated on that attack so that she could get that kill.
5-1 Weber. SMU scored the first point of the set. Wildcats win on a 5-0 run, finally comes to a close. Big sequence for Ashley Knighting. She'll head to the bench. Here's Cullen. Not only the conference leader in assists last year in the American, also an academic All-American. 4.0 as a sport management major. Here's Rose Moore going on the attack.
They're just trying to find hands or kills anywhere that they can. They're trying different things out. Right here, Maya Tabron got the touch, but she couldn't quite find it off of her block.
Nia Shimei.
Nia Shimei is so dynamic. You know, right now she is primarily a right side, but I would not take her for granted on the outside, as she does do one rotation over there and gets a lot of kills.
She was the player of the match on Tuesday against Nebraska. SMU within 2 now.
James Wheeler set up that block perfectly, giving Nady Okamore the perfect opportunity to come in and close it and put her arms facing the court so that she could get that step block.
Tabron, 3 aces to go along with her 9 kills.
Tabron is just so steady throughout her whole game. You can really count on her for digs, blocks, aces, and kills.
Weber State's lead shrunk to just 1 point. And get one back. Okamore.
I am speechless. She has really just put her hammer down for SMU in these last couple of games and gotten on top of it, especially with the fast sets.
That ball is moving quickly. At the net. Big kill, then a big block for the transfer.
Yes, Woodley tried to answer her middle to middle. I know how it is, but Nady Okamore did not give her that opportunity.
The queen getting it done. 9 blocks for Okamore on Tuesday against Nebraska. Coming up big here against Weber State.
Game time, wing time.
That was fast.
I even refilled your Coke.
Some wings you just can't wait to tailgate with.
Excuse me. You left your head.
We don't make sense. We make chicken.
My name is Madison Keys. This is my 15th year playing professional tennis, but I'm more than just a tennis player. Sometimes athletes get mislabeled because they see us at probably our most stressed out. It's really fun to be able to try to express yourself outside of the arena so people really get to see all aspects of who you are. No matter the look, TJ Maxx has exactly what I need to express myself. Max, what makes you, you.
The truth about DIY is you never really do it all by yourself.
Because this setup took 2 videos and a quick demo.
You can change your color here.
And all of this started here, detoured here, and ended
Down here.
And this pizza wasn't delivery. This was.
I wonder if they do have it.
We do. So whenever you start a project,
Don't worry.
you're not alone.
We can do this together.
So what are you working on?
Okamore's second block of the afternoon gives SMU a 7-6 lead. Last year at Florida, she was second in the Southeastern Conference with 120 blocks. Her best match coming against rival Georgia, where she had 10.
Yes, Nadie Okamore at Florida was known for her blocking, but here at SMU, she is showing up in a multitude of ways throughout her kills and her blocks.
Tabron at the line after the timeout. Into the net, but another opportunity for Tupea. They'll say it went above. Okamore. May gets it to James Wheeler off hands.
That high hand shot is something that's almost impossible to defend. When it goes that deep in the court, all the defenders are pulled up waiting for a tip or an attack. There's no answer.
Second kill for Wheeler on 8 swings. Long pass to Tupea. Too strong.
For those out-of-system sets that are off the net, it is so hard to get visibility on the court, and honestly, you just try to hit it deep, but sometimes you miss it.
7-0 run for the Mustangs and a 9-6 advantage. Tabron with service error. SMU and Weber State even in that category, 5 service errors apiece.
Weber State is going to need to take a second to reset and try to gain some points right here and get their momentum back.
Here's Rose Moore. Cullen back set to Chimay. Able to get it off of the hands of Leanna Woodley.
We just saw James Wheeler did that. Now Nia Chimay. SMU is really using the block to tool and just get those automatic points from Weber State.
Actually off the hands of Tupea there as they stood side by side. Here's Bolton. An ace for Bolton. 4th of the day for SMU. The first not from Maya Tabron.
Fat, fast, and clean is something that head coach Sam Erger always preaches, and that is exactly what that serve was, just barely making it over the tape and making it hard for the serve receivers on Weber State's side to really have any type of answer.
Timeout call by Jeremiah Larson as Weber State has watched SMU go on an 8-1 run in set 2. SMU concludes the Doubletree Classic tomorrow against Loyola Marymount. 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central, right here on ACC Network Extra. Then it's a trip down to Waco to face the 23rd ranked Baylor Bears Tuesday night on ESPN+. The SMU Doubletree Invitational is next weekend in Moody Coliseum, and what a stacked field that will be. SMU welcomes Kentucky, Purdue, and Houston to Dallas. Looking forward to that competition. Friday night against Kentucky. There's no reason this building shouldn't be rocking just like it was Tuesday against Nebraska.
For sure, SMU is going against all these ranked opponents, and honestly, they might be one of those ranked opponents after this week's games.
Some speculation that we'll have all 4 of those teams ranked before next weekend comes.
Yes.
Certainly seems like SMU has earned that national ranking, knocking off the 2nd-ranked team in the nation, Nebraska, and doing it in a sweep. First time in a decade that Nebraska had been swept by an unranked team. Tupea. No chance for Weber State. Right back to her. Bolden sets it up for Chimay.
God.
Into that far corner.
Chimay, she has different shots. We have seen her tool. We have seen her just now go deep corner. It seems as if she has all of the answers and cannot be stopped.
12-7 Mustangs. Payne, back set to Woodley. Here's James Wheeler. Dug out by Allie Wiest. Chance for Tupea. Back to Jams. Moore keeps it alive. Another chance for Tupea. Unable to send it over successfully. A double on Weber.
I want to give props to Tupea right now. She is getting so many out-of-system balls, and those are honestly really hard to mix up, but she is trying to roll shots. She's trying to go deep. She's trying to find hands, anything that she can.
13-7 Mustangs. Cullen to Foster. Light touch does the trick.
Foster with the soft touch. Sometimes you don't need that hammer that she has as an arm. You can just do a slight touch, especially after you've had so many attacks. The defenders on the Weber State side are going to be on their heels, and they're not going to be ready for the tip.
7-point lead for the Mustangs.
Line, Jim.
Bolden. At Wiest. Jams Wheeler. Able to tool the block off of Tupea and Woodley.
Sometimes you do not have to go high hands. You can just try to power through that, and that's what we just saw Jams Wheeler do.
6-0 run for SMU. Bolden continues service. Wheeler on the overpass. That was able to keep it alive. Another chance for Jams. That one down to the floor.
They don't call her Jammer Hammer for no reason. A hammer is a tool, and that is exactly what she has done these last 2 kills.
(16-7) SMU. Weber State has already burned both of its timeouts here in this set. This may be a long stanza as SMU looks to close out the set. Another ace for the Mustangs.
For the previous serves from Ellie Bolton, we saw her with those flat, fast, and clean serves as I was talking about earlier, but for that one, she went with the short serve, which the defenders were not expecting.
Second ace for Bolton, 5th for the team. 10-point Mustang lead. Off the net and down.
It seems like those short serves are really working for her. If I were her, I would keep repeating it until they had the answer for it.
It's a beautiful thing. Sometimes it's unexpected, but they'll take it. What was that look there, Alex? I didn't mean to do it that way.
That is a look of someone who has just taped a serve. You don't know if it's going to go over, if it's going to be a serving error. You don't know. So that was a look of relief.
Finally back over to the Wildcats after an 8-0 Mustang run. And SMU has a 10-point advantage. Here's Tupea. Playing out of position with Weber State suffering several injuries on this roster. There's Gentry Lamoran getting in on the action. Her first kill of the day.
That was such a fast tempo set to the outside. It honestly had me on my toes. I thought it was going to go to the middle, Natalie Foster, but it didn't. I think it definitely got the blockers off guard too.
Last night, Lamoran had 6 kills. First multiple kill match of her collegiate career. Sat out all of last year. Long on service from Frazier. But a great reintroduction to the SMU fans for Gentry Lamoran last night. Her first playing time since November of 2022.
Gentry Lamoran is one of those key players that Sam Erger said is just a leader on the court, off of the court, and is the most improved in the offseason.
There she is again, able to put it down, a pair of kills. Coach Erger calling her a beast in our preseason meeting, and she needs the world to know her. Certainly moving that direction after the play of last night and so far today. Long point to the Wildcats.
I'm honestly surprised to see so many serving errors from the SMU side.
That's 6, now 7, excuse me, for the Mustangs. 2 more than Weber State. (20-10) is the count in favor of the Mustangs. Overpass, but Cullen wins the joust.
Celia Cullen is one of the most athletic setters that I have ever seen. She is so dynamic, and she is not afraid to attack at the net.
That's time in the weight room showing up at the net. Foster. Chance for Knighting. She puts it to the floor. Knighting has 3 kills to lead the Wildcats.
Knighting just trying to find those hands. Again, this SMU block is enormous, so you either have to go high off hands or on the corners.
(21-11). Cullen to Okamore. Cullen just has to send that over. Chance on the other side for Moore. Tabron into the far corner.
Tabron into the deep corner. I think every time she has rotated to the front row, we know that she is an automatic killer and can be the answer for SMU to get a quick point if they need it.
Tabron, the first student athlete today into double digits with 10 kills. Had 8 of them yesterday. 22-11 Mustangs. Tabron couldn't put that one through. Wildcat Wall shows up.
Yes, I think Weber State is starting to catch on. I saw that middle blocker move over just a little to Maya Tabron, as anyone would.
Marley Pratt, freshman at the service line. Cullen to Chimay. Point to Weber State. They're within single digits. Pratt, a freshman last year, member of Maple Mountain High School's state championship team. Wildcats keep clawing back into this set.
Yes, Maya had a great attack, and it returned right back to her, and she just did not have enough time to think about how to get that ball back over the net.
A pair of Pratts on this Weber State roster. Marley and Morgan. Mustangs now 2 points away from going up 2-0.
Again, like I said earlier, Nia Chimay is a right side, but she is absolutely lethal on the outside because of her versatility and athleticism.
Maya Tabron. Long, can't close out the set at the service line.
And that is the 8th serving error for the SMU Mustangs.
Here's Morgan Pratt. We just saw Marley at the service line a little bit ago. The other freshman, Pratt, on this roster. Both of them first-team All-State players last year in Utah. Tupea. Another chance for Weber State. Tabron with the dig. Now here's Lamoran into zone 6. Gets us a set point.
Gentry Lamoran was able to find the little sliver in between the block there. And once she got it, the defender was not ready.
Set point and Ellie Bolton on service. nearly had another ace. She's already had 3 today, just outside the line.
It looks like we might get a challenge.
Not so fast on whether or not this set will continue. As Coach Erger breaks out the green challenge card, our first official review of the day. As it is right now, a 24-16 SMU advantage in set 2, looking to reverse the result. Sam Erger's team.
Ooh.
That will remain an out call, I believe, at first look. Shouldn't take long on this review. But the theme this year, Alex, on a mission. She wants everybody on this squad to relish the moments, create amazing memories. Big one on Tuesday for sure. They'll look back at this season and be talking about that match with their grandkids.
For sure, this is something, you know, that the girls have been talking about every night, I'm sure. Head coach Sam Erger has been talking about how she hasn't gotten much sleep. I think they're definitely trying to take in the moment, but also take it one game at a time and realize that they shouldn't be stubbing their toe.
And you hear there the play confirmed, point to Weber State. Set 2 continues. Love the new addition of the microphone at the scorer's table as our down ref can let us know the call. Admittedly, last year we were sometimes flying blind. Appreciate the help from all of our officials. SMU able to close it out as Nia Chimay gets her 6th kill of the match. Set 1 to SMU, 25-19. Set 2, tell us we do the SMU home games here. Love it, but wouldn't mind to go along for a road trip or 2.
Right, especially with those beaches that they have.
I was in Maui last year. I want to get back and see all the islands. Soon. Mrs. Mykowski is insisting on it. Natalie Foster nearly scores the first point of set 3. Cullen to Chimay. Mustangs go up 1-0.
Y'all probably feel like I'm being repetitive, but Chimay is finding those high hands and using all of the tools. She is looking phenomenal tonight.
When you're having the kind of day she is, you start to run out of work.
Right.
It's okay.
I'm speechless.
7 kills, no errors for Chimay on 11 attacks. That's a .636 hitting percentage. Cullen to Tabron. Chance for knighting. Wildcats get the point, even us at 1 in set 3.
Just barely out on the block. That's the super hard thing about trying to defend a right side. Sometimes you cannot get your arms around and pressed in, as you can see here.
Wheeler on serve reception. Over to Okamore. That's Tupea and Munyer on the block.
Just because Tupea is 5'8" does not mean that she cannot get monster blocks. She really elevated here and made sure she pressed her hands over that net to seal it.
Munyer came over and was in the vicinity of the block, but I don't know if you should get an assist when you're that far away from the hand.
Right. I think she should have got a solo block for that one for sure.
Does go down as a block assist for both Tupea and Munyer there on that previous point, and a service error gets the score to 2-2. Cullen with an ace. 3 aces for Bolton, 3 for Tabron, and now 1 for Cullen.
Yes, Celia Cullen has seen a couple of serving errors today. So to get that ace, I'm sure she feels a sigh of relief.
She had the final point of last night's sweep over Milwaukee with an ace. Also added 32 assists, 8 digs. as SMU beat the Panthers to open up the SMU Doubletree Classic. Right back to Bailey Bodley, her second kill.
Bodley was able to get on top of the ball and get really good hand contact to get her that kill.
May able to keep it alive. Bolton will have to send it over. Back to Bodley. Long. Bodley is the top returning offensive player for Weber State. Averaged 2.63 kills per set last year.
And we will get a challenge.
Weber State is challenging touch.
Second time we've gone to the review monitor this afternoon. An early Four to 3, SMU over Weber State. Here's Maya Tabron. Over to Tupea. Another chance for her at Cullen. Wheeler with a light touch. Going cross court, Wheeler's there. Back to Chimay. Long rally between the Mustangs and the Wildcats. Tupea. Quick set to Okamore to finish it off for the Mustangs.
Those quick sets happen in a blink of an eye. You're always expecting for a middle to swing on that. So sometimes a light touch is the right thing.
5-3. SMU had to work for that point. Tupea to Bolton. Now Chimay. Mustangs back at it with Wheeler. Weist was there for the dig. Bolton on the other side. Wheeler again. 5 kills for Jams.
Jammer hammer. She just absolutely powered through that block. The middle blocker was a little late and not able to get her hands over, and Jamison Wheeler saw that opportunity.
3-0 run for SMU. We were tied prior to this sequence. Bodley met by Okamore and Wheeler.
I mean, Jamison Wheeler is really showing out for SMU right now to get a kill and then turn around and get a block. She is showing up for them both offensively and defensively.
7th. Would have been the 7th block of the day. Official scoring there goes as an attack error on Bodley. Below the net. On second look, certainly understand. Wheeler gets it off fingers.
I love how the SMU Mustangs are really just mixing up their shots. You saw a tip from the middle, and then you see Wheeler with a swing, and then she turned around and also tried to tip.
And And another challenge coming from Jeremiah Larson.
Weber State challenging net.
We'll see if Jams Wheeler did in fact make contact.
Towards the end of the game, fatigue sets in. It is definitely very difficult to stay out of that net.
That's Steve Funk that you were hearing from there. He's on the low position and handling the official reviews. Shannon Knutson is the high official. I've learned not to make predictions about these things, Alex, but you do you. This is your debut. If you want to start a record on wins and losses, on deciding if challenges are going to be overturned or confirmed, go for it.
As far as this one, I think it's going to be overturned. What do you think?
Net SMU.
There you go. You're 1-0. Like I said, I know better.
Right.
Because 90% of the time it seems like I'm wrong. I just leave it for the official on the floor.
Right.
Eight to 4 the counts. I'm sure the folks at home picked up on it. We have a very loud group of young volleyball players behind us.
We
the
do.
Lady Patriots.
Excited fans, to say the least.
Jams Wheeler can't put it to the floor. Chance for Tupea. Wheeler can't finish it. Tupea just puts it over. Chimay able to get it done.
It seems like when the SMU Mustangs need a point, Naya Chimay is always there to save the day.
I'll tell you something, just to follow up on that point. I'm not mad at them. I want them excited. I want this place to get loud. I want more of what we had on Tuesday.
Right. Moody Magic.
8-4 to the floor, 9-4 Mustangs. Chimay unleashes some heat.
What can Chimay not do? She's powered through the block. She's gotten high hands. She's gone deep corner, and now an absolutely lethal shot to the line.
Thanks for spending part of your Friday afternoon with us. This is ACC Network extra coverage of the SMU Doubletree Classic. The SMU Mustangs, the Weber State Wildcats. I'm Chris Mykowski, former SMU student athlete. Alex Glover is alongside. Bree Sorensen leads our crew behind the scenes. Have one more for you in this tournament. Tomorrow, SMU faces Loyola Marymount. 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central the start time. Right back here on ACC Network Extra. Jams Wheeler on the attack. Lamarand able to dig it out. Back to Chimay. We saw the firepower a couple of points ago. Light touch does the trick this time.
And let's add another one on the list. A tip. She is incredible.
Mustangs doubled up. The Wildcats here in set 3. 10-5. Brooke Fazier back in the serve. A chance for Rose Moore, met by Lamarand. There's Jams Wheeler. Overpass, and Natalie Foster cleans it up.
We talked about this a little bit earlier. Please do not get the SMU Mustangs an overpass because it is almost an automatic kill each time. This is something that I know they practice on a lot.
Timeout called by Coach Larson for Weber State. Wildcats are the preseason favorite in the Big Sky Conference. Right now, trailing 2-0 to Sam Erger's SMU Mustangs.
Game time, wing time.
That was fast.
I even refilled your Coke.
Some wings you just can't wait to tailgate with.
Excuse me. You left your head.
We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Jordan outside of soccer is a little bit different than Jordan in soccer. You definitely get a sneak peek into who I am with what I wear. Whatever you feel confident in, go rock it. TJ Maxx. Maxx what makes you, you.
Faraway places, far away over.
Why choose a mobile network built for places you'll probably never be, instead of for where you are most of the time? Xfinity Mobile was designed for where you need it most.
Trains. Trains that sense what isn't on the schedule. Trains that use the power of Dell AI and Intel to see hundreds of miles of tracks, clearing the way so you arrive exactly where you belong.
Mustangs 11, Wildcats 5. We're going to close out Weber State on day 2 of the SMU Doubletree Classic. The first of 2 hosted tournaments for SMU this season. Doubletree Invitational is next weekend. Kentucky, Purdue, and Houston coming to town. In addition to SMU and Weber State, Loyola Marymount and Milwaukee are here this weekend. Lions and Panthers play later this afternoon. No television for that one, but we will see LMU on the air tomorrow as they play the Mustangs. Service ace for Woodley. 3rd ace of the day for Weber State.
One thing that Weber State wanted to focus on going into this game was getting the SMU Mustangs out of system, and the way for them to do that is to attack them from the serve.
That one's wide. An ace followed by an error.
7 service acers by the Weber State today.
SMU has 10 of those. 10 errors for the Ponies, 7 for the Wildcats. The SMU has more than doubled up the Wildcats in aces, 7-3. Cullen and Foster teaming up along the right side.
That's a really high-level block by Celia Cullen. Again, on the pins, it is so hard to make sure that your timing is right and that your hands are pressed into the court so it doesn't make it outside those lines, and she did just that.
Here's Purdue. Quick set to Foster.
The Foster and Celia Cullen connection right now is just something that I personally would not want to be blocking against on the other team.
We saw that on opposite sides of the net last year. Foster playing for Wichita State against the Mustangs. Foster had 17 kills over the course of 2 matches. Point for the Ponies. This is a 4-0 run and a timeout called by the Wildcats. Mustangs and Cougars on the hilltop tonight, coming up at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central, over on ESPN2 as the Mustangs look to add to their home winning streak. Last weekend, beating Houston Christian. 5th time these teams have got together, and BYU has won every single meeting so far. 2 years ago, playing in the New Mexico Bowl, where the Cougars came away with a 1-point win. Big matchup between a couple of teams now occupying spots in power conferences. BYU in the Big 12, SMU in the ACC, both huge beneficiaries of recent realignment. And many of those Mustangs that you saw there, along with some former players who have since graduated, will be recognized for their American Volleyball Championship of last season during that Mustang football game tonight. I'll get to walk on the field and wave to the crowd, show off the trophy.
Maybe show off a little bling bling with the conference championship ring.
And you're not wearing the ring.
I'm not, but it is gorgeous.
How often do you break that out?
Oh, it stays in the case daily. But I do often look at it. You know, I just wake up, breathe some fresh air, look at the ring. It just starts my day off great.
SMU keeps it rolling. 5 straight points for the Mustangs, and Natalie Purdue continues her run at the service line. 16-7. Weber State unable to register a point there. Lamoran dug out by Pratt. Chance for Wiest. Gets it past Bolton.
Wiest found that sliver in between that block. Usually the defenders do not have enough time to stand in that, and especially during a fast set. So props to her.
Second match of the season for Wiest. Made her debut last night against Loyola Marymount, where she had 4 kills and 5 digs. Lamoran made her season debut yesterday as well against Milwaukee. Another chance for her. Light touch. Point continues. Bolton with the save. Lamoran again. Overpass to Lamoran. And Natalie Foster can't put it down. Pratt's there. Bodley trying to go to the back line. Too long.
SMU and Weber State seem to be going back and forth with the tips and the rolls, just trying to get that slight touch. But Weber State said, no, 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 we're going to put this one down.
Here's Foster. Almost shockingly, no aces for Foster today after she's been rolling so far this season in that category. 14 of them, including 4 last night against Milwaukee. Here's Ashley Nutting. We spotlighted her off the top of the broadcast. 26 kills entering this one, a team-leading 5 added to that total today. Purdue right at Niding. Bolton with a dive, Cullen with a dump. Rolls back over to the Mustang side. Lamoran met at the net. Bodley and Munyer are there.
After a little bit of trash was going back and forth between SMU and Weber State had a little bit of time to reset and really get a nicely formed block.
(17-10), the Mustang lead. Okamore, dug by Niding. And there's Tupea. Bolton nearly had the pancake, couldn't quite get there.
Tupea must have seen that shot was wide open. I mean, the outside defender was pulled in, ready for a short tip, but hitting that corner was really nice for her.
Going to Lamoran, and again, the Wildcat wall goes up.
That Wildcat wall, I will see that thing in my nightmares. I mean, seeing it in person, it is huge, and I can't imagine how it feels hitting against it.
One of the many reasons this Wildcat team is projected to win the Big Sky Conference this season. Lamoran goes to the right of the wall.
After getting blocked, 2 times in a row, Lamoran had to pull out a couple of different shots, and she just saw that short corner shot was open. That thumb down is really elite.
Casey Badenhorst making her first appearance of the week. Didn't play Tuesday against Nebraska or Thursday against Milwaukee. We did see her in Hawaii earn 2 digs against the home team and 2 against San Diego. Clean up some moisture off this new TerraFlex floor. We haven't had a chance to talk about this, Alex. What is the biggest difference maker in adding this for the Mustangs, this surface?
Oh, I think one of the biggest things, and I would know specifically because I run into so many knee problems, is just the amount of cushion that you have, and especially for the attackers.
Wide on the attack for Weber State. TerraFlex floor arrived in time for spring practice. And SMU is enjoying it, and it really just adds more of a big-time volleyball feel. If nothing else, appearances, it looks so much better than putting lines on a basketball court.
And taking up that tape every day after practice was not something that I looked forward to, and getting there 30 minutes early to put it down.
Not the biggest benefit. Man, does it look good. 19-13 Mustangs. Okamore to the floor.
Casey Badenhorst immediately coming in and making an impact. One thing that she is great at is setting the middles and setting them fast, and you can see that there with the last attack.
And Gentry Lamoran is back. 4 kills on 10 swings for her, plus 3 digs. Service ace. The speed on that delivery, Alex, nothing Weber State could do.
Going back to Gentry Lamoran, having that topspin serve, this is something that you can't really, just show off in every gym. If you don't have a player that has one, it's really, really, really hard to defend.
Discussion here between Steve Funk and both coaching staffs now on the SMU side. What's the question here, Alex? Rotation problem?
I have no clue. Seems to be resolved.
Free to resume. SMU 4 points away from earning its 3rd consecutive sweep. Nearly had the ace. Purdue, her first kill.
We have not been able to see Natalie Purdue on the front row many times this season, and she produces her first kill with that tool on the outside hand. That's just something that comes with experience.
First of the season for Purdue. Bodily for her fellow number 7. Haynes sends it over, a free ball for the Mustangs. Chimay, met by a pair of blockers. Here's Tupeya. Batenhorst is there. Purdue again. Able to hit it off Okafor and Purdue's hands. And a point for the Wildcats.
Yes, Natalie Purdue was just a little late to that, giving the middle nice timing and being able to hit off those hands as she was on her way up.
Ends a 3-0 run by the Mustangs. Weber State needing to piece together a big rally. They have the freshman Morgan Pratt at the service line. Batenhorst to Okamore. Ooh. There's the queen.
She is just really pulling up for SMU today, offensively and defensively.
7 kills, 2 blocks for Okamore as she heads to the bench. Here's Bolton. Moore dug out by Lamoran. Batenhorst, long pass to Purdue.
Purdue is really just so smart. She knew with the last couple of swings that she had, she tried to tool the block, she tried to hit through the block, and both didn't work. So she went with the soft touch this time and came out.
And the skill on the distance from that pass from Batenhorst.
Yes.
A 10-point lead for SMU. It's match point. Wildcats trying to extend it. Bolton, overpass, and down. Point to the Wildcats.
At that point, there was really nothing that the SMU Mustangs could do. The pass was over, and they were already all sucked in, waiting for the attack from Natalie Purdue.
Sam Erger giving a look that, do I want to take out the challenge card? Decides against it. Back to action. And long, didn't need it. That closes the match. SMU with its 3rd consecutive sweep. Nebraska in 3 on Tuesday. Milwaukee in 3 on Thursday. And now on Friday, Weber State goes down in 3.